tools, those are facades, they are man-made, they're not in rhythm with the harmony. It is someone's imagination that came up with that facade and said that they're going to unilaterally proclaim that is now the laws of this land. And it is not. We are the law. We are the indigenous people. We are saying it is not allowed. No more. We will not take this unilateral decision-making in this authoritarian state that Harper represents. So we are here to speak up and celebrate our identity with all Canadians. So we're going to share our song to honor the beautiful day and give thanks to the Creator. To always come together in peace and harmony and celebrate who and what we are, especially for these children. Always remembering our ancestors, our elders that held on to our languages during residential school and colonization. We are still here, people of this land. Kayashtin. I want to thank my uncle, Aquilum Nuxchinchins, for the prayer this morning. For all of our relatives here, once again, Kayashtin, Aamjiwnaang, Paul, and Tanoyak.
All my relations will say, idle no more.
Idle no more.
Just like you believe it for the 4 directions 3 more times.
Idle no more. No more. Idle no more.
Reuben George, step forward, please.
McAdam. Victor Guerin is one of our language specialists, part-time Jedi, part-time ninja from Musqueam. So let's give a big round of applause to our brother and our relatives here from Musqueam.
We tell them to the squeak, to need in Musqueam. He was Helixel, he to Anfa, Ellie, Madeline, Mary, Audrey. Sometimes you need Musqueam, see. We asked to Summerstall and McAdam, he was Culmet, see. He was me at Alton, he was Vancouver, he was Summerstall, Stormikas, Kayapalano, he just Tomtamix. Dan is alle goeiemorg. Our knees heerlijk als whale. Die were hayu heerlijk. Die were abi heerlijk. Polponitum. The whale, the Hewok, the Polponitum, Stephen Harper, our knees, Culmet, the whale book, the Polponitum, see, you were Mistuch, the Iaknet, our knees, the Kniemas, our knees, Atana, McAdam, you are me, Atana Tamuk, see, me wheel, Atana whale, the martyr, the Helix, at the Ponitum, Hewok, Stephen Harper, see. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Victor Guerin, hail from the Musqueam First Nation. I'm here standing with my sisters from the nation, Madeline, Mary, and Audrey. It's been our people's way, always, to greet visitors to our lands with respect and friendship. When Captain Vancouver and his ships arrived off of Point Grey, they were greeted by the great warrior Kayapalano and his warrior party. They were not there to make war, but they were there ready if war was being brought to them. This has always been our people's way. We've always extended hospitality and only shown hostility if it was shown to us. Today, the leadership in Ottawa is bringing changes. These changes are not good for us, and nor are they good for the visitors who have come to settle in our lands. It's come time for us to stand in challenge to the changes that the Harper administration is bringing before us this day. Clayton, Yafestala, the Squayam, the Kami, Niwa Yak, the Stakaya, see, Italum, the Stilum. That's the Kami, Niwa Yak, the Stakaya. He was he. wahali kakami. I wahalito kata spala kwas ni at auksman ni pag-akwi spala kwa ni wa nemastuk kakami kata sman sinyuta katikat ni wa nemastuk smaya وطاق متسمان ني أتقى أتسبشخن يوا ألمي تشفع لقاء ني قلق تسمية ني قيتد ني بيستوك أتلكام ني مشتهيم وهي وهايو قيلس تقامي أو قومت تشوال كواس ناس أسويو يوانو نفس نيو تشوفتيكا يو خلص تقامي يثستم تشوال كواس أوتسن that's what we call a couldn't have what see Nemsen said the new to specific he was Unemployed كتاب قلقات ويقصد سنساء تستقيا he was ضعيف swells at the Tammy swell. He was the article at the Shufik that he said he was at the Kaya. He hopes that he never knew the Shufik that our knees Hutchnook at Thomas Kayo Colette. I'd like to share with you an ancient piece of our oral history. It's a story about a young lady, and it's accompanied by a song to follow. This young lady, is said, lived a long, long time ago. She lived at the base of a mountain with her brothers. Her brothers were the last family that she had remaining on the earth. When the family became hungry, what the brothers would do would send their sister up onto the mountainside into the woods. From there she would chase deer down the mountainside and into the clearing where the brothers would be waiting to shoot the deer. They'd butcher them and bring them home for their table, and they continued in that way for a long time. But there was a problem, and the problem was that the brothers didn't respect their sister. They didn't show her the gratitude that she deserved for the contribution she made to their hunt. One day, just before she disappeared into the woods, she turned and announced to her brothers, "This will be the last time that I'll help you with your hunt. And the next time you see me, I won't be in human form. I'll have transformed into a wolf, and you'll never again see me in human form." The young lady's words turned out to be true that day. When she emerged on the heels of the deer, she was in the form of a wolf. And she turned and disappeared back into the woods and was never again seen in human form. The pieces of our oral history teach us many lessons. One of the lessons that we can see in this one is the importance of respect. Not only amongst ourselves, but amongst our fellow creatures that share this home with us. The creatures of the four legs, the creatures that fly in the skies above us, those that swim in the waters around us, those that crawl and burrow in the earth around us. They are our brethren. They share this home with us. It belongs to them as well. And we have the power to do great damage to this home and thus we also have the responsibility to take care of this home. I'd like to share now the song that goes along with the story. As you listen to the song, you'll hear, in the beginning, it's slow and pensive, and this is when the young lady is still sad, suffering at the disrespect of her brothers. Later, it speeds up, and this is happy time. This is when she's transformed into the wolf, and she's gone off free of the disrespect.
because one of our politician friends told me once they received one letter from one constituent. That represents 100 people in their ridings. We flood that office with our concerns. He has no choice but to respond. It's unfortunate that he is silent and that he is not accepting a meeting with Chief Spence and other leadership across this country. It is unfortunate, but that is his choice. But if you, all of you constituents of this country, write to him, he can't ignore all of us. He can't. So it's important that you go home. That's what you can do today. You can go home and you can send a letter. You can send just a whole page, or you can just write a note, a couple of lines, saying you need to listen to the people of your country. He cannot ignore us anymore. We have had enough. What you could do, and what I would love for you people, non-Native people, to understand. My uncle was sharing with me on the ride here this morning. He was at YVR last night with the group that was there, and somebody was asking about pamphlets. Well, in our culture, you are the pamphlet. You are here witnessing today the words that are going to be put out to you. You take it home and you talk to your friends and your family and encourage them to share the same message with their friends and their family. That is our pamphlet. That is the way First Nations people do government. I also just want to share with you, there are a number of people that are connected to me, my friends and relatives that could not be here today, but they are here in spirit. So everyone that is here today, there's probably about 10 or 20 or 50 people that are connected to you that are sending good wishes, good positive energy to us today and to my hero, Chief Teresa Spence. She is amazing. And I encourage all of our women, all of the women out there. You have a voice. You are the life givers. You are the carriers of the teachings of your families and your cultures. I encourage you to stand up and fight with us. I hate to use the word fight because I don't want it to be a fight. I want the government to recognize us as human beings, that we have a way of life, we have a culture, and we have a system of governance that works. Our governance is clear here and now today because you are here standing with us. When we had troubles in the past, we gathered together and we talked about it. We were honest with each other and we made sure that no one was left behind. We made sure that everyone was taken care of. There was no one left out in the cold. There was no one left hungry. And the children were always taken care of. We brought up our children all together. Which reminds me, I saw a beautiful sign out here. It's a green one. It says, "We hold the future of our children in our hands." Can you show me that sign? Where's that sign? There you go. We hold the future of our children. Minded and short-sighted to think that we are going to be the last ones here. I became a grandma 2 years ago. I have 3 beautiful granddaughters, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm sharing my concerns with you, because we think about the future to come. I never thought I would become, I thought I'd become a grandma when I had kids, but I never thought it would be this quick. And now I think about my grandmother when she saw me, and then when she saw her first great-grandchild. And now that's what I have to look forward to, and that's what I have to continue the work that's been given to me for my children and my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all of our children yet to come. OCM, thank you very much for being here today. knowing it would initiate attention to all other legislation. 4 women held rallies and teach-ins to generate discussion and provide information. They then decided a nationwide event was garnered, and so all would participate. It was the National Day of Solidarity and Resurgence was called for December 10th to oppose the legislation and to build solidarity. Well, I have to say that those women have built some solidarity. We heard Sylvia McAdam speak about our prophecies and corrections on YouTube and in her teaching. And those prophecies and corrections speak of a time when our people would wake up, would be when the women, the clan mothers, would come forward to speak again about these treaties. My grandfather, Alexander Brass, was present during the signing of Treaty 4. And he taught my father, who taught me, and my father talked to me about this 20 years ago. And told me, he said, the women will rise up and all of the men will know when it is time to stand up, and it will be done in a peaceful action and through our ceremonial ways. And so, to be alive in this age, to see these things come into fruition, I feel really grateful. And I'm always reminded to pray for those pitiful people. So I want you to remember that these people who are creating this horrible, horrible change for all of the people, and especially for our Mother Earth, we need to pray for them. First and foremost, before we hate them, we need to pray for them. So I just want to pass this over to Chief Teresa. No? That's over here.
I'd like to begin by acknowledging our dear co-sailors, brothers and sisters, making the sail with you, the Swamis, and the Musqueam. And I'd like to thank them for their eloquent welcome, their kind, warm embrace. And I want to say what an absolute honor it is to be here. To be here at this yet another Idle Memorial Rally that is sweeping across this country, sweeping across Turtle Island, sweeping throughout the Americas, and sweeping around